and welcome to this tutorial to accompany week 3 of my Picnic on the Beach blanket crochet along. I'm Eleonora, the designer behind Coastal Crochet, and all the details about this blanket can be found over on my website www.coastalcrochet.com. So this tutorial covers row 7 and row 8. That's the row in red that you see here and also the top row in green. And it's these gorgeous strawberry or maybe blackberry, depending what colour you're using. It's these 2 rows that create these really fabulous berry effects with lots of texture, and it's created by combining different raised stitches. Really love them. I think they're fabulous for our picnic on the beach blankets, and I'll show you how to do them. So at the end of row 6 we would have joined with yarn C, ready to move on to this row, row 7. And row 7 is made with the right side of the blanket facing us, and we begin by making 3 chain, and that counts as our first treble US double crochet stitch of this side. And we begin by doing 1 treble US double crochet into each of the next 7 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 6, and that's 7. So we've begun this row with simple treble US double crochet stitches. And so now to create the strawberry effect, what we're doing, if you look at the pattern, is we're going to miss the next stitch. So we're not going to crochet in or around this stitch, miss that stitch entirely, but instead we're going to be doing 3 raised double treble front. That's a front post treble in the US, and we're going to be doing that around the stitch directly below it, which was in row 5. So now we're doing row 7. These stitches here were in row 6. It's these stitches here below the ridge that were the stitches made in row 5. And we're going to be going around the 5th stitch along from the group of raised stitches. So here's the group of raised stitches. The 5th stitch along in row 5 is these stitches here, and the 5th stitch along is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the stitch there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5th stitch along from these raised stitches, 2 rows below in row 5, this stitch here, and it sits directly below the stitch we're missing now. So we're not going to crochet in or around this stitch, it's this stitch directly below it that we're going to be doing 3 raised double treble front. That's your front post treble. So we wrap the yarn over the hook twice for this taller stitch. There's the stitch we're going to be going around. Insert your hook from front to back, round to the front again, around the post of that stitch, and complete the double treble, US treble stitch, as normal. So it's yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Now we're doing 3 of those stitches around the same stitch. So yarn over, hook twice, insert your hook around the post of the same stitch, front to back, round to the front again, and complete your double treble US treble stitch as normal. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. One more, wrap the yarn around the hook twice, insert your hook from front to back, round to the front again, yarn over, hook, pull your yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And so what we've done now is we've created the raised texture, and we've crocheted 3 raised double treble front post treble around the post of that stitch that sits 2 rows below. And now looking at the pattern, it's 1 treble, that's US double crochet, in each of the next 8 stitches. Now remember, this stitch here, we were missing this one. So this is the stitch that we were missing. We didn't go around it, we didn't go in it, we crocheted below it, the stitch below it. So just make sure not to crochet into this one. it's the next one along that we're going into. So 1 treble US double crochet in each of the next 8 stitches. 1, 2 and 8. And that now brings us to the point where we're going to do another set of the 3 raised double treble front. That's the front post treble in the US. And again, so do 3 raised double treble front around the 5th stitch along from the raised stitches below in row 5. We're working row 7. This is row 6. It's these stitches here that are row 5. Here's the raised stitches, the 5th stitch along, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's this one here. We miss this stitch. We're not going to crochet in or around it. We're going to go around the stitch directly below it with your raised double treble. So wrap the yarn around the hook twice. This is your treble in the US, and insert your hook from front to back, round to the front again, around the post of that stitch below in row 5. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and we do 3 of these around the same stitch. That's 2, 1 more, 1, 2, 3, there we go. And we've done 3 of those stitches like so. And as you can see, we're getting that lovely, lovely textured effect. So repeat exactly what we've done 12 times across to the end of the row. 1 treble US double crochet in each of the next 8 stitches, and then 3 raised double treble front. That's your front post treble around the 5th stitch along from these raised stitches below in row 5. So repeat this to the end of the side. I'm just on my final repeat. I've changed crochet hooks so you can see the red yarn a little bit clearer. I realised my red hook and red yarn were a little bit camouflaged. So I'm on the next group of 3 raised double treble front. That's the front post treble in the US. So I'll show you that with this hook if you want to see it one more time. So we're doing the raised stitch around the 5th stitch along in row 5 from this group of raised stitches here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's that stitch there. This is the stitch that we're missing and it sits directly below that. So yarn over, hook twice, and insert your hook from front to back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the stitch there. From front to back, round to the front again, around that stitch. Yarn over, pull through to the front. Then it's yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Do 2 more of these raised double treble front post treble in the US around the same stitch. And then there's 1 more to do, all around the same stitch. And there we go. And now looking at the pattern, that's our final set of raised stitches. And now it's 1 treble US double crochet in each of the next 7 stitches. So remember, because we've gone around the raised stitch here, we missed this stitch. And so the next one to go into is this one here. And it's 1 treble US double crochet in each of the next 7 stitches. 5, 6, and the 7th stitch is the top of the 2 chain that we made at the start of the previous row. That's our final stitch to crochet into. And at the end of this final stitch, we are going to be joining with yarn F. So join yarn F now at the final stage of this final treble US double crochet stitch, and that's the end of row 7. And if you look back, we've got all these gorgeous, the beginnings of our berries going all the way across. And so now turn the work, ready for row 8. So row 8 starts with 2 chain, and that counts as the first half treble US half double crochet stitch of this next row. And we begin by simply doing 1 raised treble front, that's your front post double crochet in the US, around each of the next 6 stitches. So that's 1, 5, and here's 6. And now we're at the set of raised stitches, and what we're going to be doing is raised treble back 3 together, and that's your back post double crochet 3 stitches together of these 3 raised stitches there that you see at the back. So don't be afraid to pull your work apart a little bit. You can see very clearly there are the 3 stitches. Sometimes when they're like so, they're a bit bunched up and it's not that clear to see. But there are the 3 raised stitches that we want to be crocheting around and bringing them together to create 1 stitch. So we begin by doing yarn over hook, then insert your hook from back to front, round to the back again around the first of those raised stitches, yarn over, pull the loop through, yarn over and pull through 2 loops and stop there. And repeat this 2 more times. Yarn over hook, insert your hook from back to front, round to the back again around the next stitch, yarn over hook, pull the loop through, yarn over hook and pull through 2 loops. We'll do that one more time with the final stitch there. Yarn over hook, insert your hook from back to front, round to the back again, yarn over hook, pull the loop through, yarn over hook and pull through 2 loops. And you should now have 4 loops on the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what we do is we do yarn over hook and pull through all the loops on the hook. And what we've done is we've created the 3 raised stitches and crocheted them together to make 1 stitch. And by doing that, we're bringing it together at the top to give that lovely strawberry effect. So looking at the pattern, we now do 1 raised treble front, that's your front post double crochet around each of the next 8 stitches. And then when we get to the next set of raised stitches, we repeat exactly what we just did. And here's number 8. We're back at the set of raised stitches, and I'll show you how to do that one more time. So it's raised treble back, your back post double crochet 3 stitches together. So yarn over hook, insert your hook from back to front, around to the back again around the first stitch, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through 2 loops, stopping there. Yarn over hook, insert your hook from back to front, around to the back again around the next stitch, yarn over, pull the loop through, and yarn over, pull through 2, stopping there. Yarn over, insert your hook from back to front, round to the back again around the final of those 3 raised stitches, yarn over, pull up a loop, and yarn over, pull through 2 loops, stopping there. You've now got 4 loops on the hook, yarn over hook and pull through all 4 loops. And so we now repeat everything in the brackets in the pattern 12 times to the end of the row. So I'm nearly at the end of the side. I've just done my last group of raised treble back post double crochets, and now to finish off this side it's simply 1 raised treble front, that's your front post double crochet around each of the next 7 stitches. It's 2, 6 and 7. And the final stitch is 1 half treble in the top of the 3 chain that we began our previous row with. And then at this stage, the last stage of that stitch, we're going to join with yarn B. So pull yarn B through, ready to move on to row 9. And that's it. That's the end of our 2 rows to create these gorgeous textured strawberry rows. And there you can see them, and as you can see they give such fabulous texture and are a great representation of this fabulous picnic fruit. So I hope you found the tutorial helpful. Thank you so much for watching.